The Battle of Stalingrad, which took place during World War II, was one of the most significant and brutal battles in the history of warfare. It occurred between August 23, 1942 and February 2, 1943, where Nazi Germany fought against the Soviet Union around the city of Stalingrad, in the southwestern part of the Soviet Union. The battle was a part of Eastern Front where German forces, led by Field Marshal Friedrich Paulus, sought to capture Stalingrad and secure the vast resources of the Caucasus region. Stalingrad held strategic importance due to its location on the Volga River and its symbolic value to the Soviet Union. The battle began with a massive German offensive that quickly encircled Stalingrad. German forces made significant gains in the early stages, capturing large portions of the city. However, they faced stiff resistance from the Soviet Red Army and the civilian population. The battle turned into a brutal urban warfare scenario. With both sides engaged in close-quarters combat, the Germans controlled more parts of the city, while the Soviets held on tenaciously, often fighting from building to building and even room to room. The Soviet defense was led by General Vasily Chuikov, who adopted a strategy of defending every inch of ground. The Soviets used the city's ruins and harsh weather conditions to their advantage, creating a difficult environment for the German invaders. As the battle continued, the Soviets managed to encircle the German forces inside the city. Trapping them in a pocket, the German 6th Army, under the command of Field Marshal Paulus, was cut off from its supply lines, and it suffered from shortages of food, ammunition, and medical supplies. The battle unfolded during the harsh Russian winter, and both sides endured extreme cold, which further strained the German forces. The Soviets were better equipped for winter warfare, having prepared for the severe conditions. The turning point of the battle came in November 1942 when the Soviet Red Army launched a massive counteroffensive. They gradually squeezed the German forces in a tightening noose. By late January 1943, the situation for the German 6th Army became increasingly dire. On February 2, 1943, after months of brutal combat, harsh conditions, and lack of supplies, Field Marshal Paulus and the remnants of his army surrendered to the Soviets. The Battle of Stalingrad ended with a decisive Soviet victory, and it was one of the deadliest battles in history, resulting in immense casualties on both sides. Estimates of the total number of dead, wounded, and missing vary but are in the millions. The Soviet victory at Stalingrad was a turning point in World War II. It halted the German advance into the Soviet Union, and the momentum began to shift in favor of the Allies. Stalingrad became a symbol of Soviet resilience and the high cost they were willing to pay to defend their homeland. The Battle of Stalingrad had profound political, strategic, and psychological implications, marking a pivotal moment in the war and ultimately leading to the eventual defeat of Nazi Germany.